In this video I will show how I fitted a solid tool post to my mini lathe. First I bought this model. It goes straight on and it should be very easy. But if you want to buy one of these, you have to buy one that is ground, because this one is not ground and it is so annoying. I just know that this will be annoying every time I want to use the lathe, so long story short, I decided to call it a loss. It wasn't cheap, but I just know that this will be so annoying every time I go to use the lathe. So back to the good old Aloris type tool post. It works every time. This one gives me a challenge because the tool is quite a bit beside the crosslight. That creates a pivot point and upwards forces. You really don't want to add instability to a mini lathe, so it would be better if the tool came over the crosslight. So there we have the big question: keep the compound or make a solid tool post? And solid tool post it is. I would like to clean it up a bit, so here come the 40-aught chuck. I'm a big fan of 3D printed templates. This one I can use both on this block and on the crosslight. I don't have a tab, so I can cut the threads. But I do have an electronic lead screw. I'm still practicing a little bit with this, but I will get there. First I just check that it stops when it's supposed to stop. And it does stop, so it's time to make some chips. First I take a scratch pass so I can see that I have chosen the right threads. And it is perfect. So it is just a matter of repeat and check until I'm satisfied. I have absolutely no patience with this, so I'm just gonna take the high spots. I have decided to cold blue it. Normally I just dump the part in the container, but the package said that you can use a brush, so I wanted to try and see what's the difference. I'm not sure that I'm a fan of the brush method, but anyway, I have to take off the excess and then I will soak it in oil. I am using transmission oil and I will just let it soak till tomorrow. But how does it work? I will start by using the same tool and the same depth that I tested when I got the lathe. So a 1 mm diameter cut in stainless steel. In real life it sounds quite good actually. In the video it sounds a little worse. So I will take a 2mm diameter cut and feed rate is 0.1. I would say this is very good stainless steel in a mini lathe. A 3mm diameter cut, same feed rate. This is pretty amazing. So why not take a 4mm diameter cut, 0.1 feed rate. And it starts to struggle a little bit. No need to test it to destruction. This is absolutely fine. I have this really cool 16mm tool with blue nano insert. It should be suited for stainless steel, so let's test it. And why not try 5mm diameter cut? Absolutely terrible. Hand feeding is no good either. I will try 4mm, the same as the smaller tool. This is the wrong tool for this operation, no doubt about it. I have another 16mm tool that should have an insert that also can do stainless steel. Let's see how it goes. 4mm diameter cut and 0.1 feed rate. Well, it removes chips, but this is not how you want to do it, is it? I will take a cleanup pass with a good insert, and actually this insert is the one that I made the tool post with, so it's actually pretty warm at this stage. 1mm cut and 0.1 feed rate. The insert is getting pretty tired at this stage, but yeah, that is the insert you want to use for this. So, bottom line, the insert is a lot more important than size of the tool. The winner was the 12mm tool. The simple 16mm tool was in between, and the blue nano chip was absolutely terrible for this operation. I must say I am very satisfied how this came out. One last thing, this is a magnet, just to show that it really was stainless steel. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.